I want you to think about 1 hour. Just one single hour out of the 24 you are given every single day. 60 minutes, 3,600 seconds. 1 hour that most people waste without even noticing it's gone. 1 hour that disappears into scrolling and distraction and comfortable nothingness and leaves absolutely nothing behind. I want you to think about what would happen if you took that 1 hour and used it differently, not dramatically, not perfectly, just differently, with intention, with purpose, with the understanding that 1 hour invested wisely every single day is not a small thing. It is not an insignificant thing. It is not something that barely moves the needle. 1 hour every single day is the thing that changes everything. And I am going to prove it to you. But first, I need you to understand something about time that most people never truly grasp, something that sounds simple but carries a weight that can completely shift how you see your days and your weeks and your life. Time is the only resource that is perfectly equal. Every single human being on this planet, regardless of their wealth, their status, their advantages, their background, their circumstances, every single one of them gets exactly 24 hours every single day. Not 1 minute more, not 1 minute less. The billionaire and the broke person, the successful and the struggling, the person living the life of their dreams and the person wondering how their life became so small. Same 24 hours, every single day, without exception. So why do some people build extraordinary lives while others stay stuck in the same place year after year after year? Why do some people seem to accomplish more in a month than others accomplish in a year? Why do some people look back at a decade and see transformation, while others look back and see the same problems, the same frustrations, the same unfulfilled potential they had 10 years ago? It is not talent, it is not luck, it is not connections or resources or advantages or perfect timing. It is what they do with their time. Specifically, it is what they do with the hours that other people waste. And this is where the 1 hour rule comes in. The 1 hour rule is not complicated. It does not require a perfect system or an expensive course or a complete life overhaul. It does not require you to be a morning person or a night owl or disciplined in every area of your life before you can begin. It requires one thing, one decision, one commitment that if you honor it every single day, will compound into something so significant, so transformational, so far beyond what you can currently imagine, that the person you become in 12 months will barely recognize the person you are right now. The 1 hour rule is this. Every single day, without exception, you dedicate 1 hour entirely to your most important goal. 1 hour of focused, intentional, uninterrupted work on the thing that matters most to you. The business you want to build, the skill you want to develop, the body you want to create, the knowledge you want to acquire, the life you want to design. 1 hour, every day, no matter what. Not when you feel motivated, not when conditions are perfect, not when you have extra time and everything else is handled and life has given you a clear runway. Every single day, including the hard days, including the busy days, including the days when you are tired and overwhelmed and the last thing you want to do is spend an hour on something that feels like it's barely moving. Every single day. And now let me show you what that actually means. Let me show you the mathematics of 1 hour so that you can truly feel the weight of what I am asking you to commit to. 1 hour every day is 365 hours every year. 365 hours dedicated to your most important goal. Think about that. Think about what you could learn in 365 hours of focused study. Think about what skill you could develop with 365 hours of deliberate practice. Think about what business you could build with 365 hours of focused work. Think about what body you could create with 365 hours of intentional training. 365 hours is more than 15 full days of concentrated, uninterrupted effort invested in the one thing that matters most to you. Most people never give their most important goal 15 days of focused effort in their entire lifetime. They give it scattered minutes here and there when motivation strikes. They give it effort in bursts followed by long stretches of nothing. They think about it constantly but work on it rarely, and then they wonder why years pass without progress. You give it 1 hour every single day, and in 1 year, you have given it more focused effort than most people give their biggest goals in a decade. Now I want to talk about something that people misunderstand about the 1 hour rule. They think the power of it is in the 60 minutes of work itself. And yes, the work matters. The 60 minutes of daily effort absolutely matters. But that is not where most of the power comes from. Most of the power comes from what consistent daily action does to your identity. When you work on your goal for 1 hour today, you are not just making 60 minutes of progress. You are casting a vote for the kind of person you are, a vote that says, I am someone who shows up for their goals. I am someone who keeps their commitments. I am someone who takes their future seriously enough to protect time for it every single day, regardless of what else is happening. And when you cast that vote tomorrow, and the day after, and the day after that, when you string together 7 days of one consistent hour, and then 30 days, and then 90 days, something happens inside you that is more powerful than any external result. You start to believe in yourself in a way you have never believed before. Not because someone told you to believe in yourself, not because you read an affirmation in a mirror, but because you have evidence. Real, undeniable, self-generated evidence that you are someone who follows through, someone who can be trusted, someone whose word, even to themselves, means something. And that belief changes everything. It changes how you approach challenges. It changes how you respond to setbacks. It changes what you think is possible for you. It changes who you are at the most fundamental level. 1 hour a day does not just build your goal, it builds you. But now let me address the thing you are already thinking, because I know what it is. I have heard it 1,000 times, and it is the same thing everyone says when they hear about a daily practice they need to commit to. I do not have 1 hour. And I need you to hear my response to that clearly and completely, without softening it, without making it more comfortable than it needs to be. You are lying to yourself. Not maliciously, not consciously, but you are lying. Because everyone has 1 hour. Every single person reading this has 1 hour somewhere in their day that is currently being spent on something that is not serving them, something that is not building their goals or their skills or their future, something that is consuming their time and giving them nothing meaningful in return. How much time do you spend on social media every day? The average person spends 2 to 3 hours on social media every single day. 2 to 3 hours of scrolling through content that largely doesn't matter, created by people they don't know, about things that have no impact on their actual life. 2 to 3 hours. You cannot find 1 hour in 2 to 3? How much time do you spend watching television or streaming content every evening? The average person watches 3 to 4 hours of television every single day. 3 to 4 hours of passive consumption that, the moment it ends, leaves you exactly where you were when it started. Nothing built, nothing learned, nothing grown. You cannot find 1 hour and 3 to 4? How much time do you spend in conversations that go nowhere, in meetings that accomplish nothing, in activities that drain you but that you continue out of habit or obligation or the simple comfort of familiarity? The hour is there. It has always been there. You have simply been spending it on things that feel easier and more comfortable than the thing that actually matters. The 1 hour rule is not about finding time. It is about making a decision about what your time is actually for. It is about looking at how you currently spend your hours and making a conscious, deliberate, uncomfortable choice to spend one of them differently. Not perfectly, not dramatically, just differently. Now, let me talk about what happens when you actually do this, when you actually commit to the 1 hour rule and honor it every single day for long enough to feel its effects. In the first week, it is hard. The habit is not formed yet. The discipline muscle is not strong yet. Every day, you have to make the choice actively and consciously and with effort. You have to fight the pull of the easier option. You have to sit down and do the work when every part of you wants to do something more comfortable. The first week is a battle, and some days you will win it easily, and some days it will take everything you have. But you win it every day. You show up, you put in the hour. By the end of 30 days, something has shifted. The battle is still there, but it is quieter. The habit is forming. Your brain is beginning to accept this as a normal part of your day rather than an intrusion on your comfort. You are starting to feel the momentum of consistent daily effort. You are starting to see small results, small improvements, small signs that something is actually happening. And those small signs matter more than they seem because they are proof that the effort is real, proof that the hour is working, proof that you are someone who can follow through on a commitment to themselves. By the end of 90 days, the transformation is undeniable, not just in the external results, though those are real and growing, but in how you see yourself, in the confidence you carry, in the quiet certainty that comes from knowing you have shown up for your most important goal every single day for 3 months without exception. You are a different person at 90 days. Not a little different, fundamentally different. The way you think about your goals, the way you approach obstacles, the way you talk to yourself about what is possible, all of it has been reshaped by 90 days of daily proof that you are someone who follows through. And by the end of 1 year, by the time 365 hours of focused daily effort have compounded into a body of work and a level of skill and a depth of progress that simply could not have been built any other way, the person standing at the end of that year is unrecognizable from the person who made the decision at the beginning of it. I want to talk about the power of that one specific hour in the context of your entire day. When you protect 1 hour every day for your most important goal, when you treat that hour as non-negotiable, as sacred, as something that cannot be moved or canceled or postponed without a genuinely serious reason, it changes how you feel about the rest of your day. You walk into every other hour of your day knowing that you have already done the thing that matters most. You have already kept the most important promise. You have already made progress on the goal that everything else is ultimately in service of. And that knowledge creates a foundation of confidence and calm and purposefulness that colors everything else. The emails are less stressful when you've already done your most important work. The obligations are less draining when you've already honored your most important commitment. The distractions are less tempting when you've already given your best hour to the thing that deserves it most. The 1 hour rule does not just use 1 hour of your day, it improves all the other hours. Now I want to get specific with you, because motivation without direction is just noise, and I do not want to leave you with noise. I want to leave you with a plan, something concrete, something you can start today, not tomorrow, not next week, today. Here is what I want you to do right now. Identify your one thing, the single most important goal in your life right now, the thing that if you made significant progress on it in the next 12 months would have the greatest positive impact on your life. Not 5 things, not 3 things, one, the most important one. Maybe it is building a business. Maybe it is getting healthy and strong. Maybe it is developing a skill that will increase your income. Maybe it is creating something you have been putting off for years. Whatever it is, get clear on it, specific and clear, not a vague direction, but a real, defined goal with a real, defined outcome you are working toward. Then decide when your 1 hour is. This is critical. Do not leave it open. Do not decide you will find an hour somewhere in your day whenever you get to it. That hour will never come. life will fill it with something else every single time. Decide right now exactly when your hour is. 6 in the morning before anyone else is awake, 12 to 1 during your lunch break, 9 to 10 after the kids are in bed. It does not matter when. What matters is that you decide and you protect it like it is the most important appointment of your day. Because it is. It is the most important appointment of your day. It is your appointment with your future. Then eliminate the distractions for that hour. Phone on silent or in another room, no notifications, no interruptions, no multitasking. 1 hour of complete, undivided, focused attention on your one thing. Just that, just 1 hour. But that 1 hour belongs entirely and completely to your goal. And then do it, today. Not after you have everything perfectly planned, not after you have set up the perfect environment, not after you feel more motivated or more ready or more certain that it will work. Today, 1 hour, your most important goal, fully focused, no distractions, no excuses. And then do it again tomorrow and the day after. Let me tell you what you are actually choosing when you commit to the 1 hour rule. You are not just choosing to spend 60 minutes differently. You are making a declaration about who you are and what you believe your future is worth. You are saying that your goals matter enough to protect time for them every single day. You are saying that your future self deserves your present effort. You are saying that you are no longer willing to let your most important dreams exist only in your mind, while the hours that could build them disappear into distraction and comfort and the comfortable smallness of a life lived below your potential. You are saying that 1 hour, just 1 hour, belongs to something greater than your momentary comfort, to something more important than what is easy, to something more meaningful than whatever would fill that hour if you did not fill it with intention. That is not a small declaration. That is everything. Because the difference between the person who builds the life they want and the person who only dreams about it is almost never talent or intelligence or luck or timing or circumstances. It is the decision to protect time, to show up for the goal, to give it the hour it needs every single day for as long as it takes. 1 hour. That is all. 1 hour a day, 365 days a year. Your most important goal, your most focused effort, your most consistent presence. Do that for 1 year and I promise you that you will look back at this moment as the turning point, the moment you stopped letting your potential live only in the future and started building it in the present, 1 hour at a time. The hour is waiting. What are you going to do with it?